That's on. Hey, Tubby people, all the Mad Mud Duck back to you up in the truck. It's Friday, so that means I made it to you another fucking week, bitches. I'm feeling alive and well and raising some fucking hell. I'm feeling good. Something about getting underneath the hood of this bitch and being balls deep into that fucking engine and having her ripped apart and being greased from fingertips to elbows and greasy fingerprints on my pecker and just running on fucking autopilot. I didn't have to think about any of it. I was back in my fucking element. Didn't have to think about any of it. I had to think about fucking torque sequence. I knew the fucking how much to torque down the heads. I just couldn't remember. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then fuck. Where's the Bible? And I dug out my old Chilton's manual and threw it up on the fucking header of the truck, up above the radiator, then moved it over on top of the battery, and it fell open to Pontiac. Oh, and I said, that's right, I bought this book back when I had the GTO. So I closed it back up and let it fall open again, and it fell open the Cutlass. And I'm going, fuck, catch a break here. I'm looking for Chevrolet. I know it's in the front of the book. But basically, I must have used that book for Tampaxes and Cutlasses mostly. So I thumbed through and found the Chevrolet section and found that, yeah, I was mostly right about the torque sequence and definitely right on about the fucking pounds per foot, or foot-pounds, but it's been a while since I've done, any twisting wrenches. And it felt good. It was actually, I was on auto fucking pilot. I didn't think about any of it. I just wandered back and forth between the toolbox and the truck and ripped parts and took shit apart and knew what to do. I didn't have to think about it. Had some Poison's greatest hits going on the tune box because you can't go wrong with Poison playing in the background as you're twisted on something wrong. Wrenching, fixing the fuck up. That, and then after I run out of Poison, I threw on the Sammy Hagar greatest fucking hits album for, got down with a little red rocker, and then from there, I think I went for some ZZ Top. But the only problem with ZZ Top is ZZ Top music makes me dance. So I was twisting wrenches, singing and dancing, and just having a good time. I felt like I was in my fucking early 20s again. I just feeling good, feeling right. Had to deal with Tweaky the other morning, and she needs to go, really, because she brought somebody up here, and they were busy scoping out my pile of aluminum cans. I take my aluminum cans, and I'll put 3 or 4 of them under each wheel of the truck, and when I leave, I run them over. When I come back in, I pick up the ones that I can, put more cans under the wheels and drive off, and then when I come back in, park, a little bit farther over, pick up the cans, throw them in the pile, throw more cans under it. It's an effective system. It crushes the cans rather well. I can get more cans in a bag when they're crushed like that. Saves me the wear and tear on the body of stomping on them or using the can crusher. I just let 5,800 pounds of this bitch roll over the top of them with them 33, 12, 50, 16.5 tires, and those tires will flatten damn near anything to get under them. I stay out from underneath them because I know I'll bet The 35s were even bigger and scarier. You realize this tire is damn near 3 feet tall. No wonder the ass into the truck was setting up. But with the 33s on it, I can throw the bolt back in on my own. And for shits and giggles, see in the back window, the bolt is definitely in the back of the truck. Fishing poles are hanging up where they belong. Oars are in the back of the boat where they belong. I want to go fishing, but I ain't ready to go fishing yet. I'm waiting for everybody and their goddamn brother to get off the lakes. I mean, the first few weeks of fishing season will open. Everybody and their goddamn brothers out there. And I don't like dealing with all the fucking people. Sirens, wonder what we got going on. You're up that way. I think they took a left and went up that way. That direction. Had to look down. I got the hood open so I can't see the highway, and I look between the hood and the fucking dashboard, and I got a little strip of highway I can see. Had to deal with Tweaky the other morning. She was yelling and screaming at me as I was leaving here about I was stealing her fishing boat, and it's like, you dumb fucking bitch, you really need to leave me alone. And she comes running up this side of my truck, starts talking to me, and wants to know why I'm stealing her fishing boat and her fishing poles. And he's like, look, bitch, get the fuck up off me. You're a goddamn Looney Tune, that's whore, and you really need to go away. Then she sticks out her chest at me like this and says, feel my tits. So I reached out and I latched onto one of them boobies with the goddamn vice grip fingertips and fucking pinched that fucker harder than I'd ever pinched a titty before and give it a twist. And she jumped back and said, you hurt me. I said, good, now stay the fuck away from me. You got the idea? Get the fuck away. She's gonna be sporting a bruise or two after that. She don't get the idea to go the fuck away. Then coming back in, she tried to chase me up the fucking hill in my truck and gave up on it, but didn't come up the hill. Then while I'm sitting in the house rolling up a few cigarettes so I can come out and work on this fucker some more, there's her and some guy are standing in between my truck and my boat. Right there, between my truck and my boat, talking. And it's like, what the fuck are you people doing in my yard? You know the rules. Get out of here. What part of the no trespassing sign you ain't? And she's busy telling the guy, whoa, I was just telling him how cool you are, and you come out being an asshole. Get out of my yard, bitch. You know the rules. No tweakers, no freaks, and no weirdos. I might have offended the guy, but I don't give a shit. I don't know who the fuck you are. You don't speak up, introduce yourself, say, hey, I'm so-and-so. You just kind of cower and run. You don't belong up here to begin with. Then this morning about 10 o'clock, I'm sitting there watching some Dan Bongino after making a few comments on Uncle Tony's Garage's page, and I highly suggest you check out Uncle Tony's Garage. The guy knows his shit. And coming from me, that's a compliment, because he impressed me enough to where I said, whoa, dude, I'll subscribe to this. You know your shit. surprised me because it's been a long time since I've seen anybody that knows their shit like he knows his shit. A long story about that one. But, because I ain't got no short stories. So this gray pickup truck, Toyota Tacoma with this little orange flashing light comes up here, and it's got Weird Frank in it, and I step out with a cigarette and my phone. I want to know who the fuck's in my yard, in my driveway. It's Weird Frank wanting to know if they can turn around up here, and I said, you see a fucking spot? You know there ain't no goddamn turnarounds up here. Get the fuck out. Back down the fucking driveway the way you came up. You know fucking better than coming up here in a vehicle. No vehicles but mine are allowed, and my family's are allowed past Austin's motorhome because there is no turnaround up here. And they backed down and they sat down there for a bit. Evidently they were scrapping, and they thought that maybe I'd taken off to go fishing this morning like I usually do on Fridays. And they thought they were going to get my pile of aluminum cans. Ain't too fucking happy with that. So I gotta sit here and watch for freaks and weirdos. And she's put a bunch of shit in the driveway where I gotta clear the driveway out to leave. Well, I'm not planning on leaving today. Fuck you, bitch. I got everything I need right here. I don't need to go anywhere. Don't need to go see anybody. Don't need to go do anything. I got water, food, propane, gasoline, cigarettes, cartridges, dab shit. I'm good. Not experiencing cabin fever where I need to get out and do anything. And when it gets dark tonight, I'm just going to go down there and move all the stuff that she put in the way nice and silently so I don't have to deal with her. Because she puts the shit out there, so I have to stop and move it, and she can come out and fuck with me. She doesn't understand the part of, babe, you ain't what I thought you were. I'm sorry, but it won't ever work out any way possible. I can do a lot better than you. Actually, I'm rather disappointed in myself for even being interested in her. Must have caught me at a low time after some people died and I was being lonely or something. That's all I can figure. Mom died, the dog died, I get hooked back up with Twiki, yeah. I was feeling lonely. But I ain't that fucking lonely. No fucking way. I got some sanity left. Well, I've rambled on enough on this Friday. Let me shut this motherfucker up. Where's the goddamn... There's the button.